here are 4 reasons why you may feel unfocused and low on energy in the middle of your day and you really want to take a nap. You want to stick to the end because the number 4 is what 90% of people do wrong. You probably feel drained after working long hours at your desk. You may feel unfocused, and at the end of the working day, you really don't have any more energy to do something else. I understand this struggle. I've helped hundreds of busy tech professionals just like you reclaim their energy and focus levels with these 4 simple steps. So step number 1 is sleep is your foundation. So if you don't sleep good, if you don't get good quality sleep, most probably you're also not gonna feel the most energized, right? Because without quality sleep, you can't really do your best work, best energy wise in your day, right? So that's why, as I said, your quality sleep should be always prioritized and it should be number 1, because probably you spend all day in front of your screen, right? At work, maybe you come home, you watch TV, or you still continue to work, and all day basically is spending in front of the screen, which is like getting blue light exposure to your eyes, and your eyes is really connected with your circadian rhythm. And if you like do that, if you do screen time, especially before sleep, it really drastically will reduce your quality sleep. So here are some things you can do to improve it. So definitely I would suggest not to have a screen time 1 or 2 hours before your sleep time. And if you do, try to get like blue light blockers, like these glasses with orange glasses, which are only like $14 on Amazon, and you will see that it drastically improves your sleep and it will be easier to fall asleep. Also, I really suggest to get a sunlight exposure in your day, and if it's not possible in your day, get it at least in morning. Wake up earlier, go for a morning walk, and if you think that there's no sun because it's really cloudy, it's wrong. Yeah, it's always sun, it's just hiding, and it will be really good improvement in your sleep. And when you get that regular consistent sunlight exposure, you're also gonna see improvement in your sleep quality. And number 3 would be having like consistent sleep schedule, right? Because if you like, let's say, as I said, like work or study or play video games till late night, it's not gonna be a good tool. So that's why, as I said, like if you do that, get consistent sleep schedule is always the key. So give these 3 things a try. So not having like blue light exposure before your sleep, getting sunlight exposure regularly in your day, and having consistent sleep schedule will drastically improve your sleep quality. Because again, it's not about the hours you sleep, right? You can sleep 10 hours, but if you don't get the quality sleep, which is like REM sleep and deep sleep, you're not gonna feel the most energized and focused in your day. So prioritize your sleep because it's foundation of everything. Step number 2 is lack of movement and activity. So again, if you're spending all day sitting in front of your screen and you don't engage in any physical activity, it's gonna affect your like stamina and health levels, right? So that's why it's really important to go like for gym sessions, to go like for runs or anything else you enjoy. That could be like, I don't know, maybe you enjoy tennis, you enjoy basketball games, you know, but you want to engage in some activity, right? To build up that stamina, to build up that strength, to build up your endurance. Because as I said, like your body is connected with your mind. Your body is connected with your like energy levels. So as I said, like if you are not built, if you don't like improve your strength, if you don't improve your endurance levels, and you are not working on those aspects, will also affect your energy levels, you know. So as I said, definitely if you don't incorporate any movement or challenge yourself, it's gonna be hard to maintain those energy and focus levels in your day. Step number 3 is about like work blocks and multitasking. So probably you start your work day, you spend on one task, like let's say half an hour, you jump in a meeting, you know, for 15 minutes, you talk with your colleagues for 15 minutes, you go straight back to again work block, and it's like always like this one hectic work block. You always have to do something, right? Which is really draining actually also for me. Let's say I have like to now like film this content, right? Then I have to engage with my clients, I have to edit my content, and if I do it in just one like session, it's gonna be really draining for me. And I did it in the past, and there I learned my lesson. So that's why it's really important to divide your work sessions in the blocks, which I learned from Andrew Huberman from his podcast. that you always want to divide your like work sessions like for 60 or 90-minute work blocks.
So my suggestion would be anytime you're going to sit down and try and focus, you're going to try and do a focused bout of physical exercise or skill learning or musical learning, or maybe you're even just having a conversation. Maybe you're a therapist or you're attending therapy or a class. How long should it be? And the ideal duration is about 90 minutes. Not exactly 90 minutes, but we can reliably say 90 minutes or less.
So let's say you work on one important task, which could be maybe coding or something else, which is where you need to be really focused. You work on that task for 60 or 90 minutes, but you only do this one task. After those 60-90 minutes, you want to take like 10 or 15-minute break, do something relaxing, maybe go talk with your colleague or drink some tea, coffee, then go again to your work block 2, which could be another task, or still doing the before task if you didn't finish in those 60-90 minutes, because again you can like focus really hard, and you can maybe even, to make it yourself easier, put a timer on that you're gonna just work on one task for 60 and 90 minutes, and you're gonna see how much more productive you're gonna be in that task. Because if you like, let's say I'm gonna work in this task and you don't give yourself a time in how long time you need to finish it, you're gonna waste your time. I'm just gonna be honest, you're gonna waste your time. It's not that efficient. So when you divide these work blocks and take small breaks in those work blocks, you will see how more efficient you are and how less energy demanding it is for your mind. So try it out, and definitely you're gonna be more energized. And step number 4 is diet and coffee intake. As I said before, 90% of people do this step wrong. So pay attention, listen, and take notes. Starting with diet, you're probably eating a high carb sugary breakfast, which could be like, let's say, oatmeal with jam, or like, let's say, or typical American breakfast, which is like bacon, eggs, and like orange juice, which is full of like sugary carbs, and these sugary carbs are gonna affect your insulin levels. So basically gonna spike your blood sugar levels up, and later, after like, let's say 3 or 4 hours, your blood sugar levels gonna go down and you're gonna feel tired, and that's what's happening. So if you are having like a high sugary breakfast in your morning, that's guys just gonna happen like that. So my tip for you, eat high protein and high fat breakfast, because fat and protein is not gonna spike your blood sugar levels up. And what could be an example of that type of breakfast? That could be a simple, like, let's say, omelet, scrambled eggs, high fat, high protein, add some maybe avocado for like some good fats, and that's gonna be much better than having like these sugary breakfasts. And step number 2 was like the caffeine intake. So probably you, after waking up, straight having your first cup of coffee. But actually what's happening when we wake up in the morning, our cortisol levels are the most highest one. Cortisol levels are like a hormone in our body. It's a natural hormone that makes us more alert. And when we take a cup of coffee, ingest like caffeine product, then those cortisol levels goes even higher, right? And when the caffeine goes down, those cortisol levels gonna crash and we feel tired. So my tip for you is to wait for your first cup of caffeine. That could be 2-3 hours after waking up, ingesting your first cup of coffee, or maybe even better, when you start to feel tired in your first half of the day, then ingest your first cup of coffee. And this way you're gonna use more caffeine efficiently, and you're gonna use it in more your benefit, and keep it to like just 2 cups of coffee maximum a day. And don't ingest caffeine like, let's say, 10 hours before the bedtime. Yeah, and if you drink coffee in the evening, probably it's not gonna be also good for your sleep. So try out these tips. As I said, I've worked with hundreds of tech guys just like you, and these are the 4 most efficient steps how you can feel more energized and focused throughout your day. And if you need any assistance in your health journey to feel much more energized, focused, or get in the best shape of your life, then book a health call, link in bio. It's a free health assessment to see where you at with your health journey, and if I can help you in any way, and if you are a good fit to our holistic health system program. And then book a health, link in bio, and I see you on a call. If not, sit back and enjoy my other videos in YouTube or Instagram. And if you have any questions or requests for future videos, then leave a comment below, and I see you in the next video.